This one's a controversial topic. Is it really though? All right. All right. I'm gonna post the video, so I'm just gonna talk. I'm not gonna have people waiting forever. So in this, I'm gonna talk about what happened to all the nice black women. So there is a. In this one, I'm just gonna talk about like what happened to nice black women and how we can kind of change the fact that they've disappeared off the face of the earth. They seem to be extinct. At least they seem to be. I'm gonna start off by saying I don't like to refer to any group of people as black unless they are satanic witches, which their left-hand path and black is their color. But people that look like me were not black, and a lot of people that look like me are not African American. Because you have people that are deeply pigmented with this type of hair throughout the Pacific, native to those parts of Southeastern Asia, the Pacific, the Americas. There were populations that looked like me here. Most likely a descendant of those because I have the genetics of South Pacific Islanders, even though no one in our family apparently is from there. So, but there have been genetic studies done on different indigenous groups that demonstrate, especially in the Philippines, there's an affinity between Filipinos, native Filipinos, the Acta people, excuse me, and Mississippian Indians, which is where my people are from, some of them. Um, and so that was a little divergence there. It was a little tangent. But so we're talking about like what happened to the good, nice, friendly, feminine, sweet black women? Well, they don't exist. Never have existed because any group of people that identifies as black in a culture where black is a negating adjective, think about it. Black magic, bad magic, black plague, worse than a regular plague. It killed people. It was a bad plague. Black comedy, well, it's dark comedy. It's a comedy that drags you down a little bit, but it's funny as hell. Um, a blacklist. You don't want to end up on that. Blackmail. Ooh, don't want to be blackmailed, right? And so, anytime you want to negate something historically, black lie, black magic, angel, black death, black plague. Anytime you want to negate something, you add the prefix or the adjective black to it. It's a negating. Even the word negger, negros, it's black, right? Darkness. So I don't like to refer to women that I consider to be genetically linked to me as black. So first of all, we'll start there. So that was a long way of saying that I don't call brown skin rich brown skin people. We're actually brown skin. People from like northern India and the Middle East are not brown. They're light tan. Let's get it straight. We're actually brown. Get out a box of Crayola crayons and you'll see this is brown. This is black. All right. This is black. All right. So, what happened to the good black women? The friendly, sweet, kind, effeminate, just deliciously adorable black women. Well, they didn't go anywhere. It's just that, I mean, they don't exist. I listened to the Hodge twins. This is a totally different subject matter from what I was on before, so forgive me if this is jarring to you. But I listened to Hodge twins. I listen to a lot of right-leaning stuff, and I like it. I think it's hilarious. I think the Hodge twins are side-splitting. I watched them for hours and just laughed my ass off. Laughed till I almost cry. And they and many other Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit and all these other like red pill community types, they tend to be very critical of black women, and it's understandable because when they say black women, they are referring to the Cardi B's, the Beyonce Knowles, the Glorillas, Megan the Stallion, these types of women, and these are okay. I guess you can call them black. Again, I always ask people, why do you call yourself black? I don't get it. I don't understand that. I've never been black. I've always been Marian. We'll get into Marians next. But this is like black. So if you're talking about skin color, if there's a person with this complexion, God bless them because they're super melanated. They're hyperpigmented. But very few of us are this color. Like there's some of us that are this color. Us, whatever the hell us is, right? And so we're a mixed group of people. But, so what happened to these women that have this skin complexion and this hair type? What happened to the feminine, nice, sweet versions of them? Like, why are they all kind of ghetto and this and the all of this stuff. Why is that? Well, um, I think what happens is we're putting a lot of attention on those sorts of women because, again, I mean, even the Hodge twins have admitted this, and many others who are critical of black women have said those are the most vocal ones. There are many women that identify as black or African American that are very sweet, very feminine, very approachable, and very dateable, and very lovable, and very supportable. And, you know, they just don't get the same, attention as the Glorillas and the Cardi B's and the the Stallions and all those types, right? They just don't get as much attention. So I think that, Marian people, I'll get into Marian people in a second. Marian people like myself, like I am committing myself to seeing the beauty and the kindness and the gentleness and the femininity and the just preciousness of women that have my type of physical appearance as far as like hair and skin color. I'm going to commit myself to that because I've had very, very toxic, very terrible, abusive experiences with women that look like this. Very negative experiences. So, like at my core, I'm not attracted to women that have my skin and hair. I absolutely find them gorgeous, but I am not attracted to them in any way, shape, or form. Not sexually, not anyway. Like I don't even look at porn. Prawn, YouTube that has women like that in it. I just no attraction whatsoever. But I do know that they're beautiful. I mean. Um, like the Claire Huxtables and the when I was a kid, Claire Huxtable's like the goddess of goddesses, like so beautiful and so feminine. She reminded me a lot of my mom. They even look similar. Just gorgeous, just beautiful, feminine, like also brilliant and strong. Like it reminded me of the kind of woman I was raised by. And so I guess I'll say that. So what are Marians? What are we as Marians? I'm Marian, um, and I'm not African American. I'm not black. Um, and so what are we? So there's a group of people called the Maori who lived in what's now known as Morocco, Chad, Mauritania, well, not Chad, well, from basically Algeria to Morocco to maybe Mali, like northern Mali and Mauritania. And those people migrated around the world. You'll usually find pictures of us in like old Europe and on flags and stuff like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elon. Thank you, say Elon. I love that, Elon. Elon Musk. Love you, appreciate you. But the Maori were very influential in Europe during the time of the Greeks, as far back as 3,500 years ago and up until pretty much the Middle Ages and the beginning of the Age of Exploration. So Maori people, you'll see in old European paintings, there's like always a little chocolate brown or almost charcoal black person, just randomly in the middle of a bunch of white folks in Europe in like old Renaissance paintings. That's us. We're Marian. And my ancestors came to North America through Egypt. Interestingly enough, on my father's side, and then of course on my mom's side, they were indigenous to Mississippi, and on my father's side as well, indigenous to Alabama. And then we do have a lot of Nigerian and Malian and stuff like that. But it's like less than, I don't know, 30 or 40% Nigerian on my side. But anyway, that's what a Marian is. Marian people are deep, richly pigmented people with woolly to straight and curly hair that live in the equator, and that's what we are. I've written about it in my book, but I also have a website. I guess I'll put the link to that here. But beautiful, feminine women come from these cultures. They're gorgeous. Thank you, Elon. They are, just wonderful, sweet, and extremely attractive. And I think that we, as Mauryan type men, should really encourage that and support that and see that and love that. And if she's with a Jewish guy or a Chinese guy or I don't know or a Latino guy, like give her props, love her, send her love. Like maybe not publicly, she might get weirded out by that, but just like in your heart, send her love and send her blessings. Because Mauryan type people, black people are kind of a throwback of Christianity. People that look like I do were never really referred to as black. We was always referred to as Moors or Maori or Mauros, and in Greek. And we were a positive, contributing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Give Elon some love. Source, give Elon some love. And so we were always a positive force in Europe, supporting our brothers to the north and just helping them with building universities. And Europe was extremely advanced. Let's not pretend like Europeans were savages who didn't wash and didn't use the bathroom, like didn't know how to use the bathroom and didn't have toilets and stuff. That was the result of something terrible that happened in Europe. Part of it was a Black Plague, part of it was a cataclysm, part of it was a miniature ice age. There was a lot of bad things that happened in Europe, and we came from the lands of the Maudi, like basically Morocco, places south of Morocco, in Mauritania. We went through, the Straits of Gibraltar into Europe and supported and helped them prior to the Moorish invasion of Europe. And there's a lot of Moorish invasion in Europe. But prior to the Muslim Moorish invasion, we were there supporting and helping because we still had, verdant, fertile lands and intact civilizations. And so the Greeks called us Mavros, and that became Mauros, which became Moros, which became Moriscos, Moros, Moro, like Moor. That's where the word Moor came from. And it started back about 3,500 years ago. So about 1500 BC, more or less. So anyway, I'm that. And I want to support women that look like me and love them, but I will never date them. I mean, I'll never date them because I'm not sexually attracted to them. And I probably never marry one, but I love them dearly. My daughter is one, and I just want to give them all the love and support. And so this is me saying, look, love, I really don't like to call them Black, but love Black women, give them love, and support the ones that are sweet and beautiful and feminine, and let them know that they are seen, and just be good to them. You don't have to date them. Like if you're not attracted to them, or if you prefer white or European women or Asian, and you look like me, God bless you. Like it's all good. Like it's all love. We're all human. But let's not like get into this whole, oh, Black love. You gotta like support hi. Destiny loves to play. What do you play video games? I hope so. But yeah, let's send them love. Let's support them because I do love them, and I just don't see myself ever dating a so-called Black African American woman ever. But I've known so many that were just drop dead gorgeous and so attractive and fatally attractive. Really, I mean, for years I was super attracted to Ethiopian women, like Abisha women, Habisha Teruno. Habisha Teruno. I used to really like Ethiopian women. I even married a woman that looked Ethiopian, and gorgeous woman. And yeah, it's just like I did that for my mom's sake. I'm really into more Middle Easterns and Mediterranean women, but yeah, I had to make mommy happy. If she can't use your phone, don't bring her home. My mom never talked like that. She's a Claire Huxtable type. She's like Claire Huxtable. Just think Claire Huxtable. That's my mom. Years ago, many, many, many years ago. Love her and God bless her. But yeah, just let's send all the so-called Black women love, and those that are feminine and sweet and beautiful and powerful in their femininity. Not the ones that are, I can do bad all by myself. All of this stuff and the Glorillas and the, that head thing. I think that Cobra head thing is like a defense mechanism. I don't know. I think it just scares me. I think it scares everybody. I think I have some trauma behind that. I need to talk to my therapist about it or something. My mom never did that. My mom never did that. Well, actually, I take that back. I think there was a couple times she did that to my poor dad. She tortured my dad a little bit. I think we're all dealing with a little PTSD from that. But my mom was a Scorpio, and I love her to death. And God bless her with all the blessings from heaven. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. God bless you all. Thanks for sticking around. Do you have any questions about Black women? I don't like to call women that have rich, beautiful brown skin Black. It's just so disgusting to me because Black is an achromatic value, right? White is an achromatic value. It's not color. It's the lack or absence of color or all the colors, whatever you want to call it. But like this is Black. I'm brown. Many of the women that are identified as Black are brown, and then African Americans problem because, first of all, Africa is South America. Elon Musk is African. Charlize Theron is African American. Trevor Noah is African American. That little cute girl. Well, she's not African American. She's just African. Um, so Africa's a nation. Like South Africa is the nation. And if you know people from neighboring countries, they refer to South Africa as Africa. And Africa is also the name of a conquering Roman who absolutely obliterated the last great civilization on the African continent in modern time. Well, relatively modern times. Like it was Africanus, Scipio Africanus. He obliterated the Carthaginians, like burned this place to the ground, spread salt in all their crops, and just raped and pillaged. And so, you know, to honor his conquest, we called an entire continent after him. It's like when Amerigo Vespucci came to North America and we named it after him. Like, it's just weird. So I would never call myself African American because it's an insult, right? And people in Africa, like you have Ghanaian Americans, you have Ethiopian Americans, you have like Tunisian Americans, Egyptian Americans, Mauritanian Americans, Nigerian Americans, tons of Nigerian Americans. Those are like real people, real cultures, real nations, real nationalities. Africa, unless they're South Africans, it's not a real thing. So there's no such thing as that. I have no African genetics, none whatsoever. I have Nigerian, probably Igbo or Yoruba, and a little bit of Ghanaian and tons of other stuff like European and all that, and Asian, Filipino. So Basque. So like, and this all shows up in my genetics chart, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's all be Marian. Let's make Marians great again. So anyway, jump on the Marian bandwagon. Let's love women that look like us. You can love women that look like us, brown skin, beautiful. I'm not gonna call them queens and stuff like that because I think that's sometimes they're just regular people. Like they're just regular people, right? We don't call white girls queens. I mean, just they're regular people, beautiful, amazing humans, but just regular people. Um, we don't call white girls queens. I mean, some people say my white queen. I don't know. It's we live in an interesting world, but I just wanted to bring attention to the beautiful, feminine, soft, lovely, lovable women that are deep brown with woolly curly hair. I just want to bring awareness to them. If you see them, give them love. And if you look like me, if you're Marian like me, you don't have to date women that look like your mom. You don't have to marry women that look like your mom. You know, if you're not attracted to that. If we grew up in this culture and we like, okay, I like Latino women, or I like Asian women, or I like white women. Love that, support that, like devote yourself to that. Just don't, I would say, let's not justify our attraction to other type of women by dogging women that look like our mothers and sisters. And I get it. Honestly, I have a lot of PTSD from women that look like my mom and sister. I'm not gonna lie. I have genuine PTSD. That's why I don't have any sexual attraction to them, because I'm not trying to sleep with the enemy. No, I love them to death, but I do have PT. Like I have genuine stuff around them. Like a lot of pain there, a lot of fear, whatever. But I'm getting over it. I'm just not gonna like put myself in the lion's den. I'm not gonna put myself in the enemy's nest. They're not the enemy. They're our sisters. But all I'm saying is like, all I'm saying is we don't have to go and justify our attraction. You're attracted to who you're attracted to, and that's okay. And you're gonna have hello again, Elon, love you. Um, you're gonna have attractions, and that's okay. And it's okay to be attracted to women that don't look like you, that don't have your skin color, that don't have your hair texture. You're not dissing your people. You're not rejecting your people. You're actually making the people better because you're giving. You're going for what you really want, and when you have what you really want, you're gonna realize like all women are just humans, right? I mean, and the challenges you had with women that look like you could probably have that with women that don't look like you. But at least you're with the woman you're attracted to, so you're more willing to work through it. Like yeah, I think that's a better way to go about it. Like because look, I, I theoretically can have a daughter with blue eyes and blonde hair, and she'll have woolly kind of curly hair, woolly hair because I'm mixed. But theoretically, right, genetics there. I have Swiss German ancestors, and was it Scandinavian ancestors? It's only 6%, but it's still there. I mean, whatever. So yeah, but I could also have a daughter that looks a lot like me. And if I have a daughter that looks like a lot like me, I've got to support her and love her and be a father to her, which I do. Um, and do everything I can to make sure that she goes out in the world feeling beautiful and loved and worthy and valuable. And so I just want to put this message out there, you know, love the women that look like your mother and sister. Date all the other women, marry them, have children with them. Go ahead. I'm as a Marian man, I'm giving you permission. Go love all the white women, Asian women. Yeah, just go out there and have fun and enjoy what you love. And because I found that when I gave myself permission to love other type of women, because I know what kind of women I like. I know what my type of woman is. Um, when I'm with those women, around those women, I love women that look like my mother and sister more. And the trauma that I felt around those kind of women, I hate that word trauma. I'm gonna get rid of that. The sensitivity I have around those types of women, so-called black women, is less. It's like because I have what I want, and I can love them, and I can give them love, and I can support them, and I know I'm never gonna like end up in bed with them, and so I can genuinely be like loving to them and not try and be having like an ulterior motive of sex or something like that. So that's just what I have to say about that. Thank you guys for staying out and hanging. Yeah, I read a lot. I read a lot. I read a lot and I write a lot. Um, and so, yeah, I thank you guys for sticking it out. And that's what I have to say. Love all the sisters out there. And any questions about that? I mean, like if you're white and you want to date black women, and I'm going to use that here because not many people know what Marians are. So um, if you want to date women that have, you know, this kind of appearance, you don't want to date women that look like me. I'm a dude, unless you're into that. Some people are into that. But like if you have questions about that, I feel like yeah, you should be able to do it. You know, you should be able to do it. Go out there, everybody, just mix it up, and then get with people that look like you too. Like marry people that sleep with, date people that look like your mother, look like your sister. Like meaning, like if you're Latino and you like Latino women, do that. Like if you're, you know, Marian and you like Marian women and stuff like that, do that. Go for it. You know, love yourself, love your people, but go for what you want. The world's big enough to provide it, and life is good. All right, y'all. I think I've exhausted this subject long enough. That's all I have to say about that. There's so many beautiful, sweet, feminine, just adorable, precious women out there that might identify as black, and I think we should highlight them. We should ignore the Glorillas and ignore the Megan Thee Stallions and ignore the Cardi B's and the Beyoncés. We should ignore all those types of women. Let's give more energy, more effort, more time, more love, more support to the Claire Huxtables and the now I'm like digging for straws. There's not a lot of like media representation of sweet, beautiful, feminine Marian type women, which are mistakenly called black women. There's not a lot of media representation of that. So oh, there's this really cute little girl. Oh God, if I can remember her name. She's really beautiful and she's like does a lot of conservative leaning content. Just gorgeous girl. She looks like my ex. But she's so gorgeous. Her name I think is Leela or Ali or Leela. Anyway, I'll put a picture of her on the. I'll like screenshot a picture and put her on there. So whoever the girl is that is um, on this thing when I post this as a real video, that's the girl I'm talking about. Like again, oh Candace Owens, she's strong, but she's still feminine. Like she's still sweet and yeah, she's strong, but that's her personality. But she's not like well, I guess she does that sometimes. But what I'm saying is that she's not Glorilla, okay? And nothing wrong with Glorilla. I mean, to a lot of people, she's very attractive. God bless Glorilla. She's out there getting her money. God bless her. She's a businesswoman. God bless her. I think she's great. I love Cardi B. But I'm saying that's not all the women. Like, that's not all, you know, women of color, colored women, whatever. I really don't like calling them black. I think it's an insult. But I don't like calling them African American either. But anyway, there's a lot of women like that are sweet and beautiful that look like that. So anyway, I have exhausted this topic. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'll find out what should I talk about next. Oh, go out and get well. Get the Kindle version of this book because I haven't dropped the price yet. So it's unedited, so you're gonna see a lot of, not a lot, but a couple of errors here and there, and some repeated paragraphs. I just been reading through it. Hey God, wake the fuck up. Listen, God is not a man in the sky. God is not a sky phantom. God is the power in you to create an amazing life. So get out there and get that book. It's Bible wisdom for you, but Bible wisdom outside of the Christian stronghold. I love Christianity. I am a geopolitical Christian, but I think that Christianity has pretty much messed up the interpretation of this wonderful book called the Bible. Okay, that's what I have to say about that. Love you guys. Thanks so much for staying. Dog man. I don't know what that means, bro. But thank you, Elon. Elon. I just love how it's a Elon Musk. All right. Love you guys. God bless you. And I'm going to post this video.